Algebra 2, 5.5b, factor trinomials of the type x²+Bx+C. If you haven't seen the previous videos for Chapter 5, you might get lost, and there's links in this video's description so you can watch the videos right before this one, like 5.5a and all the 5.4s, all right? We can FOIL. We've got x plus 3, x plus 5. When we FOIL this, we get x² plus 5x plus 3x plus 15. We combine the two center terms and get an 8x, and the coefficient 8 right here is the sum of the 3 and the 5. And this constant term 15 is the product of the 3 and the 5. If we can remember this, it's going to make our life easy. So in general, x plus a, x plus b, we've got this right here is the sum of a and b, and the constant in the back is the product of a and b. When we factor, we can use this equation in reverse. I'll show you. So here's the equation on top, and I reversed it on the bottom here. So you do parentheses right here, they're down here, and now this big guy is up in front. To factor x² minus 3x minus 10, we try to find integers whose product is a negative 10, but whose sum is a negative 3. We can make a table. So I made pairs of factors on this side and the sum of the factors on this side. Negative 2 and a 5 make a negative 10, right? When we add them together, we get a positive 3. A negative 5 and a 2 can make a negative 10. When we add them together, we get a negative 3. Well, now we don't even need these because this was perfect, wasn't it? So that gives us an x plus 2 and an x minus 5. There's our two numbers. When we multiply them together, we get the negative 10. When we add them, we get the negative 3 like we need. We can check by multiplying. We can FOIL this, and we get x² minus 5x plus 2x minus 10. When we combine the two center terms, we get minus 3x. See? Now pay attention to this minus 10. This negative 10 is a constant, okay? And this one has a negative 2 for a constant. See? It's got a negative constant. When that last term, that constant, when it's positive, we look for two numbers with the same sign. So whenever you see a plus sign here, it's either going to be a plus and a plus in the parentheses or a minus and a minus. If the constant term is negative, like the ones we've been doing, then we look for two numbers with different signs. So you'll see a plus in the first one and then a minus, or a minus in the first one and then a plus. Now look what happened with this negative 10 constant. We had a plus and then a minus, see? And we're going to have the same thing happen again because we've got another negative constant, don't we? So we've got y² minus y minus 2. We know there's an invisible 1 right here, like this, isn't there? So we need to find two numbers that when they are multiplied together, they're going to make this negative 2, and when they're added together, they're going to make a negative 1. So we list 1 and negative 2. When you multiply those together, you get negative 2. And a negative 1 and a 2, that would make a negative 2. When you add a 1 with a negative 2, you get a negative 1. And that's what we need. We need a negative 1 because that invisible 1. So that first one's going to work for us. We're going to have a 1 and a negative 2. So this negative 2 and 1 are perfect. It doesn't matter what order we put them in. We can say y minus 2 times y plus 1, or we can put them the other way around, y plus 1 times y minus 2. Either way, we can check by multiplying. We FOIL it, and we get y² plus 1y minus 2y minus 2. We combine the two middle terms, and we get our little invisible 1 there. A 1 plus a negative 2 is a negative 1, see? We don't have to write him, do we? We just leave the y, and then we end up with what we had here. We know we did it correctly, okay? So use this table. You should write that in your notes because it'll help you, the pair of factors and the sum of factors. And until you get really good at this, you can just use that table to help you figure out what goes inside. So just remember, if the constant is positive, the signs are going to be the same, and if the constant is negative, the signs are going to be different, okay? Now our next video, 5.5c, we're going to talk about factoring trinomials of the type ax²+Bx+C. This one was just x² plus bx plus c. Now there's going to be a coefficient in front of that x². All right? That's what we're going to do next. I'm going to add this video to the Algebra 2 playlist. I'm going to have links to the Algebra 1 videos, 6.4a and 6.4b, where I taught this back in Algebra 1, and any previous videos that are current for this lesson, that are pertinent to this lesson, okay? Those will also be in this description, so you can just click on them. All right? So hopefully you didn't miss any of the previous ones and you're following along all right. Okay? I'll see you next video. Bye.